We was at Jerry's place yesterday. Me, Doug, Jolene went down and looked at some cars. It was a good time. I had a good time. Great hospitality. His wife was nice. Built me a couple coffees while I was there. Drank those, you know. We talked cars. It was fun. Showed us around. Showed us his collectibles. One thing I will say about them cars is that they're all museum pieces, it looks like to me, like not just the Jaguar that he got from a museum. All of them cars seem to be like museum pieces. And that's a good thing. Beautiful, beautiful. Had a nice little garage full of cars. I could see going in there and sitting down and losing yourself with thought. But as I talk about that, we didn't get a time to get back in time for Jolene to get it on the YouTube. So, you know, it was late and we didn't get to warn anybody. But I really feel after you watch this one, go back and watch that one because there's some nice cars, you know. Just some good people and nice cars. There's nothing better in the world you can get than that. But today, if you want to come on over, me and Jolene have moved the dash up where I like it better. We screwed it on yesterday or day before. We screwed a self-tapper on the center and it was down. It got down a little bit. So this morning I got her to push it up a little bit and then I got the screw on this corner, screw on that corner, and one in the center, left the hole there. Now it fits really, really, really nice. The garnish moldings will have no problem covering the dash. This piece is still just taped on there. That's going to have to be played with a little bit as I shut the door to make both sides the same. Yeah, that has to be played with a little bit, in and out a little bit more to weld that up, weld the other side up, make sure we get it, you know, we don't want it tilted down, we want it tilted kind of plumb, I would say, and that's what we'll do. But as we get playing with that, we're going to move on to another thing. We're going to do this door skin. I've ground off the weld that Jolene has welded the running board. I've ground that all off. She got a beautiful job done. I'm very impressed with it and very happy with it. But now it's time for the door skin. There's been a few people asking about the door skin, and here we go. I'm going to try to do it as quick as possible and to get that skin on there. So here we go. I can see right now that there's holes right there. You can see that hole. You can see it's rusted right through. You can see this hole right here too. So that's what I'm thinking is the highest spot. It feels pretty good. I don't want to keep hitting it, you know what I mean? I see the hole there. I can go a little bit beyond and see if there's a hole there, but I'm not going to run up the door and keep tap, 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 and bang it all up, you know? And plus, I can see it from the inside. If you want to look on the inside, I'll show you the inside before we get started. I'm really liking this piece right here. It's got a little piece of material in between there, but I'm liking that piece. When I cut that door skin off, I'm hoping it holds the door out to where it's supposed to be at. Look at the dirt coming out of her. And this is what happens. Some people know and some people don't. But when you wash your cars and you put water down inside your doors, it collects over years, dirt and water and all that stuff. If the drain holes are not clean at the bottom, it cannot drain out. So what happens is that dirt and stuff sticks in there like an envelope, and that's what it's doing. It's going down in between the door skin and the inside of the door, and then it's rotting it out. You can see in there, there's a big pile of dirt. So that's what's happening here. Pine trees are about the worst. They'll put the pine cone, or not pine cones, but the little needles you get them on the side of your door, they get down in your door, they will plug that off, because that's where they're floating to, is that hole. As I see that, I'm going to just measure up. I'm just going to measure up how far it is. And to me, 6 inches gets it. So I'm going to go 6 inches. On this one here, we have the door skin sitting real close to the running board. When we put the door skin on, we'll make sure that we leave that gap there, what we want. So we're going to go 6 inches here. Yeah, 6 inches. So I'm going to go over here 6 inches. I'm going to straight line it off. Just 1 second, sweetheart. And as you look at this door, it goes like this, and like this. It's a hard one. This is a hard one. But I think it's easy too, you know, but it's harder. You can see how the levels look. See what's going on there? See the big gap down there? I got an inch down there, an inch down here, so we know that the door skin goes like this. I'm gonna put that on there, so we know the door skin goes like this. Now I'm gonna show you how to get that shape and put that door skin on in a short amount of time. In a short amount of time! I hope so anyways. I'm gonna do this half first. Just gonna run it like this. Trying to get it best I can. Ah. All right. I can close that in now. All right, we're gonna go there. I'm going to cut that off right there. I'm going to show you how to get it off easy. This is what I'm going to do. On the edge of the door, it has a little lip going on there. Folds over. Most doors are like that. And you can tell if someone's repaired the door by looking at that. If you want to see that nice little lip, you look for it, you find it. If you do not find it, you know there's been a repair. On this one here, there's no seam sealer. Seam sealer, usually you fold the door over and then seam seal it so the rust doesn't climb out between the two metals. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to get the door skin off. So this is what I'm going to do. On the edge, it has that little lip folds over, so I'm just going to cut it off right on the edge. Here, see what I've done? I've sheared off the bend that held those two pieces together. I've just sheared them off together. Do the other side, and then we'll do the bottom. If I can get in there, really, to be honest with you. Really nice. I can use it as my pattern when I can get the height on with the measuring tape, but I can use the face of it for a pattern for this up here if I get it cut off nice. And I'm going to, because that's what I'm going to do. Just don't know how I'm going to get it. Cut off before I showed you, but in all honesty, there's nothing better than watching someone do it. So how I do it, so you can see how I'm trimming it off. I could have told you, but it's a lot easier to watch. Don't stop now. Across it, make a line with the zip cut, and then I'll cut it. I don't want to try to cut into it and get heat. This causes heat just as well as a welder does. I do not want to take the heat and put it on the door and warp anything before I even get started. So I'm just going to draw a line across first, and then I'll run it back and forth a little bit. On the bottom, didn't give a shit. You can see how the old door took off, eh? Huh? Nobody likes that. Ooh, don't like that. Anyways, that's what it is. I'm going to show you how I do it, but that's what I'm talking about when something's oil can. And what happens is this is holding it in shape because it's stamped out. Alrighty. I have a couple pinholes here. I have some pinholes there. I have a piece missing there. I have a little crack going up there. A little repair going on there. It's not looking good for the bottom of the door. It's not looking good. And what I mean by that is whether I can keep the bottom of the door or not. And right now, to be honest with you, it does not matter because I am not cutting the bottom of the door off. No, I'm not cutting the bottom of the door off yet. I will put that on later. I will probably trim this up a little bit so I can get the... We'll see. But I am not trimming it off the back side of the door. I just want to clean off where I'm going to put the new doors in. Which is why I cut it off. There's usually spot welds up on there. Maybe I don't know if I turned my mic off or not, but I just hit it on the back of my ears. Take this one off. That just folded off. I pulled that off. Yeah, just pulled it off. Yeah. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Take the hammer here. Hit a few things. I don't want to bend anything. I just want to get the broom and sweep that out. Maybe just sweep it underneath the car for a minute. Nope, not doing that. Because I'll have to pull it out. Not doing it twice. I think the measurement was 6 inches, was it not? So the measurement is 6 inches. I'm going to want another ½ inch for the fold over on the bottom of the door. And I'm going to want probably a ½ inch on the door. So this is what we're going to do. I am not going to butt weld the door skin on. I'm not going to do that. If you ever see a butt weld on the inside of a door, it looks terrible. Because you can see where it's all burnt through. Sometimes it bubbles. You have a really hard time with it. Don't want that. When I lap it, I have a little tool there that can set it in there a little bit and set that skin in so we can flush it off. That's probably what I'll do. On the ends, I will not overlap it. I will butt weld it on the ends right here because that's where the thickness is. You know, I do not want to change that thickness on this side, on this end, or that end, or on the bottom, to be honest with you. But as I layer it on top of this or fold this in, I will butt weld it on the ends and make it fit. Yeah, on a lap weld or lap on this, on the door skin, I do not mind it either because when you look inside the door, it looks cleaner than if you butt weld something on. Also, when you butt weld something on, it's more time and you're still going to fill it. You're still going to put fill in it. So I'd rather make it look nicer on the inside, butt it on the ends so you can't tell, and go from there. And here we go. I need a 6-inch piece. This is what I'm going to do. I should have probably ground that off in the first place. I'm going to grind the primer off it so we can actually get to the metal. Alrighty, there she be. I'm going to take I got this little tool over here. It's a flanging tool, and I'm going to use it. What the hey? I'm going to use it. What the hey? Just thought of it. I guess I haven't put a door skin on for a while, have I? That's why I haven't thought of it. I haven't put a door skin on for a while. It's been a while. Usually we're making the whole door. Usually we're... So what I'm going to do is this little tool here, it's got the little crimp tool, and that's going to crimp that metal so I can lay the 18 gauge. It's 18 gauge. I always use 18 gauge. I'm just on sheet metal. That's generally what I use. That's all I use. I'm going to flange this all the way across. And you can see how I just put a little mark in it. That's so if I set my 18 gauge on top of that, then I can almost grind it off flush like if we did butt weld it. You know what I mean? Also, this strengthens this door up quite a bit. So I'm really going to have to really pay attention when I put the door skin on. And I'll say why. Because I've got to have that, I've got to have the shape back, you know. There's no sense in me putting a door skin on if I'm not going to find the shape. So I've got to get that shape back, what we had. And that's a curve both ways. That's why they want to see me put this door skin on. I want to see how good I was. And I don't blame you. When I first started, I wanted to see too. It's really hard to get someone to show you and explain it to you. So that's why I like to show and explain. Basically, the main thing is holding it up tight so I get a nice true read all the way across, that's all. So I got a little thing going on there, a little edge going there so I can lay my metal on. If I had a little piece of metal, I'd show you. But there's a little dent there. There's a little inset that I can lay my metal on. So, we measured at 6 inches. I want a 1/2 inch for the bottom, and I want probably a 1/4 inch for the top. So I got this ready to level here. Make a straight line. Don't worry about the bottom of the door, what's going on there now, because that's no concern what the outside looks like. No concern whatsoever. Outside has to look right first, and then we'll fix the inside of the door. I got my piece right over here, sorry. Got my piece right over here, how long it is. I've got the shape in the front. I did a pretty good job cutting it off. So what I'm going to do is it's already cut. I might as well use what's already cut, hadn't I? Sometimes it's a kerfuffle getting things ready, but once it gets ready, look out. I'm going to turn this around because I'm going to cut it. Don't matter. Jesus Christ. Where I'm going to cut it, to be honest with you. Look at that now, would you? I can pretty well tell what I need just by doing that, you know? I know I need that bend on the bottom, on the side. And I know I need that. I have that marker here. You know what? I'm not even going to measure it. That's a pretty good pattern right there. I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. And why wouldn't I? I'm going to have to add some on this end. We'll draw it right on. Just sketching it, trying to make it the same distance all the way around. There's the piece on the bottom. That's my piece on the bottom. And my piece up the side. So, if we think about it, that marker right there. Look out, baby, look out! That marker right there, when I go down there and scribe that like that, that marker, we'll say that is my zip cut. So I'm going to bend it on the outside of that black mark. That makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. You know what I'm saying. So I'm going to bend it on the outside of that marker. In the top, we're going to go here, and here, and here, and mark that. Well, you might just mark the whole thing, I guess. It's not going to hurt it just as long as I pay attention. So I'm going to add a little bit to the top of that for the piece that we did over there. And if you didn't have the door skin like I did, and you're making one, well then you have to use your measuring tape. I trace that. Any other time I'd use my measuring tape or go over and trace it, you know. That's what I would do. So as I do this, I'm going to go up here, make that what I think it's going to be to fit on that ledge up there that we made. Looks good to me. I'm going to move it up just a little bit because I want to. Now, I'm going to cut it off with a plasma cutter, I guess. See what we can do. Might be the fastest way for me to do it. I'm going to try to have the straps out of the way if I can. What I'll try to do is have the straps out of the way so I can cut it. That's all. Oh, don't want that. Why is that acting funny? Why is that acting funny? Doesn't want to go there, that's why. Wants to go right there. So, I'm going to look at it and see if I'm going to cut anything. I'll probably cut a few things while I'm doing it. Piece of paper there. Just take a second to look and see if I'm in the realm of cutting a strap, not cutting a strap. Looks pretty good to me. Turn this bad boy on, put a ground on. Now, if you had a nice, 4-foot shear, throw it over there and cut it off, make a nice straight line. Haven't got that, and it doesn't matter because I can do it this way. That makes sense, doesn't it? Thing's acting funny, but cutter. Whatever. Got to pay attention to when you're doing this. You can lean it in, you can lean it out, but make sure you do it all the same way, all the way down. You make a different cut. Not really worried about it too much on this, but when you're making something, you should pay attention to that. I'm just going to cut this off freehand. Now, I know even before I start, that this end's going to fold over this way, and this end's going to fold over this way, so that means them two things there are going to overlap. So I'm going to take a little chunk out of it, because we're going to be fine. How much do I want to take out of that? I take a little triangle out of it, would be fine probably. I'll take that out for now. We'll fold that up and see what happens from there. This here corner is going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to take that over, clean off the rough stuff from before. I don't really want to knock off anything, but I'm going to beat that off. I like to knock it off before I grind it off. It'll just fall right off. But little slag. Now, just going to smooth the edges up a little bit. when I start putting this on there, start bending them over, if it is too long on the edge, if it's too long, I will take a zip cut, and before I put it on there, get it right on there, I'll zip cut it, make sure that it's the same distance. This little lip is the same distance. So, I'm going to grind a little bit off this front because that front line looks a little funny. Now, what I'm going to do here is I want to get this shape first. It's got a round shape there. Remember that round shape I was talking about? I want that shape first. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to put that shape in it. I'm going to grab that little skin there that we had. Where did I throw that? Right here. You can tell that it's in the center of that. It's kind of in the center of this. So I'm just going to stick it on this right here. I'm just going to stick it on there. Actually, might even try to roll it through. It might even roll through and be good. I don't know. I was just going to stick it on there and bend it by hand, and I still might. And I still might. This is my face because this has got my marks on it. This is my face. Wow. It might go through. Look at that. I didn't even set that for that. Beautiful. Yes, God loves me. You know why? Because this bend is telling me so. Yeah, look at that now, would you? Let's bend that up a little bit. Let's wheel that up just one little more. Gee, that's pretty good, man. Pretty good, man. Get both sides in there the same before we start. I haven't got it same at both ends. I'll turn it around and do it again so both ends are rolled the same. In case this is not set exactly, then I'll just turn around and get both sides exactly the same because I've rolled it. Looks to me like that end there has more roll to it. We've got our roll. See that? See how now, do you see how it's like this? And I can't have that on the door. It doesn't go like that. It goes this. So here we go. So now I'm going to take over here. And I'm going to bend a 90 in it. My marker, I have the mark on the other side. Bend the marker. That's where the line is on one side. And that's where the line is on the other side. So we put this in there. When I put that in there and straighten that out, this almost should straighten the panel out, but it can't go straight. We have to keep going further. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Just making sure, you know, just making sure. I think I want to go down a little bit. I like that better. And I'm not going to bend it right over, just going to bend a 90. If I can. Slipped out there a little bit on me. Don't get my arm in there. Crazy. Crazy. Now, I'm hoping, it's quite a bend, a lot of dust on that. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Oh, happy with that. I can bend that over a little more with a hammer and a dolly. So that's my bend. Just gonna bend it over a little bit more. I'm going to put it back in there, try to bend it some more. Just a little bit more, try to get it straight up. At least get a 90. Kicked that out for some reason, it did. The 18 gauge is tough stuff. Now you can see how we've straightened it out, sort of, a little bit. This door skin still got to go like this. Come look. We got to go the other way. You know what I'm saying? When we put our door skin, we got to go the other way. And it fits up in there, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Now, this is what I'm going to do. This is called the shrinker stretcher. I know which one is the shrinker. I know which one is the shrinker because when you look at the teeth, if the teeth are apart, that means that that's going to clamp down and pull it together. That means it's going to shrink. If you look at the teeth on this one, they're tight together. When you pull down, it's going to pull apart. So now it has it written on there. I see that now, but it has a shrinker on there. But that's how you tell if the teeth are open. When the teeth come down, it's going to pull it together. Stretcher's going to, teeth come down, it's going to pull it apart. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to shrink my flange that goes over my door skin so this panel goes the other way. So that's what I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start from the center and just do a little bit at a time. And then see, look, that nailed that. You see how that, I kind of nailed that quick, and see how that bent that really quick? Don't want to do that. Just want to go easy. I wasn't paying attention, that's all. This thing really works well. We'll get a good roll on it, and that way there. Wow. See how I got that bent already? And I kind of buckled that in the center. I didn't want that. Not yet. Anyways, not put that far. We'll just put that in there. Stretch that back out. I want that back. It went too far. I went too far. See that? How that straightened that out? Now I'm going to go this side. And I'm just going to go easy because I know it does the job. Yeah. And also, find if I get it back to the edge. Now we're going to just take a look at it and see what happens. Okay, when I first bent it, it was totally the other way, the wrong way. Now I've got it, so it's almost there. See the bend in it? Let's look at the bottom. Haha, that looks good, eh? So that's more or less you can tell, but this is going to have to be shoved in a little bit there, I see. And I'm just going to play with it for a second. Yeah, play it for a second. I'm allowed to play with it. Now, as I look at this door, I am not putting the door skin back down. I'm not putting the door skin back down on the running board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and trim that up a little bit, and I'm going to nail my door skin on. And I do not care about the lip on the inside because there's not much good about it, to be honest with you. But it does not control what I'm going to make the outside look like. I want to put the outside on first, and then I can cut the inside off and slide it inside the new piece. I can cut it off by eye, I guess. No. Got a marker in my pocket. Ooh, don't go that high. Don't want to go that high. right there, man. I didn't draw a very good line on that, but I'm gonna go for it anyways. The bottom of the door says, I do not care. I want my door skin to fit in the right spot is what I want. I do not care about the inside of that door. I do not care. Put my end of flap over. I'm going to bend this edge over and leave that one for now, just because I can't get at that one. Now I'm going to bend that, so I'm going to walk over to here. It's a very simple matter. It's a very simple matter. I've got a line there. I'm going to take these flat pliers and I'm going to bend it over. That's it. That's all there is to it. Better put my glasses on. What am I doing? Like I am. Superman? Just going to keep it away from the back side of that. A little bit at a time. There's no sense me making a big mess. When I put the door skin on, I will dolly all the lips probably after I take the door off. Dolly all the lips after. But right now, to basically get this door skin on, I just got to get the lips folded in and make sure it's in the right place, and I weld it. When I dolly the edge over, if it has any slack to it at all, if you can picture it, when I dolly this edge over, that will tighten the outside of this metal. That'll tighten that right up. So if you have any issues or you think you're going in the wrong place, when it comes time to fold that over, that'll put a lot of strength on the front of that door. So do not worry. Do not worry. I'm going to bend it a little bit more. I think I'm going to have to bend it sort of almost over to get it in there. That little lip there has to be cut off because that doesn't go in there. Continue on this part. I'm going to bend this over a little bit more. Still got her shape, which is a nice thing. Still got her shape. I'm just going to play with it ever so gently. it real hard. We'll have to cut that again. We'll bring those together and put a nice little line in it, a nice little 45. Let's see what we have. That goes in there nice. Woo! She gonna be a killer. Well, I can tell you right now. Maybe get a little too much height on this door. I'm gonna have to cut that door skin down quite a ways. I've been thinking, yeah, and do that. There's where I want her. Look how that's fitting, huh? The door skin's actually gonna bring the door to fit right. Other than the door, we're going to bring that some that way. Let's see here. I have to bring that down a lot further to make it fit. What I'm trying to do here is, I see this here now, as I put that on there, that's okay, I allowed for lots. That's the distance sort of that I like to have there. I just got to get this, see, I got this too high. So I got to cut that down some and get it in behind that door. So I got to cut that down because it's not going to fit in there. I want to cut it down some. Then I'm going to have to cut the score skin down a little bit too, I think. But it's better cutting it down than not having enough. Believe me, I've done it too many times. Oh, sorry. Going to cut it down some. I'm going to get a dolly. I'm going to get up and get a dolly. We're just going to try to get this tacked on for everybody, and then tomorrow we can do something else, maybe go forward on it. But as I do this, should put the but yeah, where's them little pliers I bent that over with? I'm just going to take it, squeeze that. I don't want to hurt the other side, is what I don't want to do. I don't want to hurt the other side. I'm going to put that on something here. What I have here is on this little workstation. I have a little round thing here that I can put that on. I couldn't lay it on its flat and hit it because it's not flat, it's round. So I'm going to lay it on this dolly, on this little workstation. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Worked out perfect. Worked out perfect. Put my knee pads on. She's like, come over here this morning, and I got in the car, and Jolene was putting my knee pads on for me. She said, I'm trying to help you get ready for work. I said, right on. Now I have this on there, so I'm hoping that I can slide that on that lip and get it down as far as possible. That's what I'm hoping. Geez, that ain't fitting bad. Just that little top piece I gotta fix. Little top piece there. Oh, beautiful. That works so good. That's too tight right here. I gotta open it up a little bit. Like I said, anything possible. Just trying to open that up. Just a little. Jesus. Didn't want to have to get up. You know what I'm saying? I did not want to have to get up. But if that's what it calls for, that's what you have to do. I can't find a flathead screwdriver. So, you know, if you need something, you have to get up and get it. Do not sit there and get up and get it, man. Get up and get it. That's what I did. I got up and got it. Just gonna open that up a little bit. Slides on. There we go. Geez, that's right on that line, look. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, that's right there on that line, you know that? Pretty good there. It's up in the center just a bit, but right on there, she's right on. Mr. Man. Mr. Man. It's good to see that lip there. That's good to weld, have it like that. Then I can weld that there and it looks like one end. I'm going to try to see if I can get that on there just a bit further. That looks nice, but I still got to put fill down there, fiberglass down there. You know, you want it on as tight as possible. What I'm going to try to do is now, that looks really nice, you know. I just want that. I'm going to pry that over there somehow, is what I want to do. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack that on there just because it's fitting so damn nice up in there. And it's right on the edge of that line. You can see that where it's buckled there a little bit. Can't you see it? It's right on that edge. I really like it. Up here, it's not. So what I'll do is I'll just pull it off a little bit, grind it down a little bit, and then put it right on there again so it's flush. Like she's butt welded on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the welder going. This is the trick right here. I'm going to use this welder to hold the door skin for me. And I suggest you do the same when you're doing stuff. That's the benefit of this welder deal, you know. It'll hold stuff for you. Now, what I'm going to try to do is, generally, you put a door skin on, you start from the center. And you work this way, and you work that way. On this one, I am not doing that because the door is like, I haven't got that end bent over yet. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to wait till I get the front on and then see what happens. I've got distance here. I've got, geez, that just looks. And all I'm trying to do is get that further apart as possible. I don't like. Just holding that there. Far enough off the running board? Think? Baby? I'm going to take a runner a little bit off the top of this because it's not, I like it on the line down here. It's nice on the line down here. It's beautiful. Beautiful! But I want it up some there in the center. So that means that's got to come down some. It's got to be ground down some. Hope that my tack, ouch, my tack holds, I hope. it up there a little bit. You know what, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Now, I'm gonna weld that in the center, you know that? Just tight in the center. Got a nice gap all the way along the bottom. Probably could go up there a little more in the front, I see. But I'm going to get my tool ready here. I'm going to get a push tool. Push it in a little bit because it seems like it's out a little bit. Where's my little push tool at? Huh? I'm going to put this underneath here again. Ouch. Seems like a nice distance. I'm going to push tool this in. Just a little bit, not like crazy. Poof. Now, you see that has to come out. That's out, that's fine. I'm going to push this all out with it. Just going to tack it where it's tight. Boom. I like it. See how we got our line coming down here? This access here will fold over on the inside. This piece here, that'll fold over on the inside when we flap the door open. We've got our piece folded on the inside now. Now what I want to do is, I think I want to disconnect that and get that a little bit higher on the front. We've got the two in the back. I want to do the, maybe that's just that piece. I'm going to knock it off, see if I can get it up a little bit. That guy can tack a car. Baby! Why are you doing that to me? Oh, there we go. Just want to jack it up some. I just want to knock her up some a little bit. Just wonder if that will up some. It will a little bit. Should have one up higher. Right, I gotta be ready for fill there. I'm gonna open the door up and beat it up a little bit and see what happens. I can't get at it. There's one here. Just want to see if my gap is right. You know, I'm not tacking the door the skin all on if the gap is not right. Well, I think I got to come up some. So we're going to cut this off. I still want to cut. This is up quite nice. I like that. But this is down just a little bit. I don't want that. I'm just going to snip it off real quick. Underneath there so it stays up. And I know the distance. just jam a chisel underneath there. Come on, man. What's going on here? Why ain't that going up for me? That's not connected, is it? Still? That come apart, didn't it? Yeah, that come apart. Nope. It's not moving there for me. I'm gonna run a little faster. I want to get that tacked on for you. What? Oh, that's a good gap there. Gap. It's up over the hole a little bit. We know it's moved. You know what I'm saying? So halfway, see that little hole there ripped off? Just cut off. We know it's moved. The center is lots. Back's good. Now, this part looks like it has to be shoved in. Just looking at it from my point of view, this part looks like it has to be shoved in. And that looks like it has to be shoved out, to be honest with you. I'm gonna open the door. I'm going to put a pair of gloves on, that's for sure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the door the shape that I think it should be, and then I'm going to weld it. If you can if I welded it there, that wouldn't be that good, no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the door out and then weld it, and hopefully that holds it out. Ah! Didn't even touch it. Should get that helmet on, I suppose. Helmet on. Now I'll get to fool with it. When I connect the bottom, I'll get to fool with it a little bit more. If you know what I'm trying to do. When I get to fool with it a bit more. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to push this out further than it should be. And then I'll weld it. Nice, eh? Just putting my hammer in the back side, all I'm doing is put my hammer in the back side, and I'm finding a place to pry it to make it come out where I want it. Now, I'm going to do the exact same for the... So basically I've held the door in the shape that I want it from the inside, and I'm going along and hitting it with the welder. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I would never expect it to be in shape unless you want to hold it in shape. Now, I gotta get in there and push that out. How am I gonna do that? Aye. Now, I'll put something in there. What's that? You could. Yeah, see, if you can tell, if you come on this side, baby. You can look down to where I'm welding it. You can see how nice that is. See how nice that is? You can see, I can anyways, I can see how nice that is there. And then it sucks in here. Well, I don't want it to suck in there. I want that to continue and keep on going around and nice to the corner. So what has to happen is I have to push it from the inside and get that roundness going on to be welded in the right spot. When I make the bottom and pound the lip over on the underneath of it, it's going to be twice as strong. So right now it's really nice and strong, but that's what's going on. The lip is here. I will make sure that that folds over and lays on the other side. Up here, I'm going to clamp it together, beat it together, dolly it together, whatever. Then I can butt weld that together. See, I got a little cutout right here where I can make it look like it's butt welded on. We'll just maybe take a little snip off that so we can get it in there a little further and make it nice and tight. So this is what I want, what I got going on right here. This I'm going to have a hard time with because I can't push it out and do it at the same time. So what I'm going to do is tell you that that is the video for putting the door skin on. And also, when we get looking here, to me, when I'm out here at the back, it looks a little in there in the center. When I dolly that up, I can really adjust the bottom of the door. You know, I can tap up on the metal if I want to adjust the bottom of that door, that gap a little bit, where it's not connected. That'll be another video. We'll tack the door skin on, and then we'll show you how we do the bottom. But there she is in the handbag, you know. There she is in the handbag. Once I get the door skin on, you can see the lip on this side. See the lip I got to bend over? That's the lip I got to bend over, right? That'll hold there. That'll make everything start to come tight. So Jolene's been pressing, got to get a camera pressing on this right here. See, watch this press out like that. When I push that out, that'll make that go back in shape again. This is my nice little line that I got going on. I can run a little, tap that in, seam seal that. That looks 10 times better than butt welding the door skin on. 10 times better. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to help Jolene push it out so I get that nice round thing going on. That's what I want. We probably will. We'll just make another video after we get it tacked on, get the corners beat over. Then we'll make another video how we finish it. Have a good one, everybody. I tell you a little bit more about everything, but I was busy putting the door skin on. And yeah. Have a great New Year, everybody. It's going to be what we make it. And we're going to make a big bang, ain't we, baby? Have a good one.